Welcome back to Let's Play Dragon Age Inquisition. I'm Subponicat Poster, and today we are going to head to our last unexplored area, the Exalted Plains. Currently in the Exalted Plains, there is a civil war raging between the Empress Celine and her cousin Grand Duke Gaspard. We will go check it out.
Inquisitor, welcome to the Exalted Plains, a place with a long and bloody history. Even now, the region is volatile. This was a front in the Civil War. Now there's rebels called the Freemen of the Dales, recently emerged and adding to the chaos.
This is where the elves made their last stand, isn't it?
Ah, you studied the Dales. Yes. When offered a chance to lay down their arms and surrender, they refused.
This rebel group.
We've already encountered the Freemen in Emerald Graves, which is kind of weird that they have them in both areas, and no matter where you go first, it treats the second place like you've never encountered them before.
What else can you tell me?
Scouts have sighted Dalish elves. There must be a clan camped somewhere on the plains.
And a little flirt.
Must we dwell on such gloomy things?
I don't want to dwell, but look. It must have been so beautiful. Maybe even romantic.
That will be all. Thank you.
With the rifts and the undead, the Orlesians have lost ground. Most have been driven back to their forts. We have to stabilize the region, allowing the Imperial Army to re-establish its presence. Good luck, Your Worship. You'll need it.
And this is Exalted Plains. I don't really think it's that good looking of an area, contrary to what Scout Harding says. There are a few foresty areas. Mostly it's open, kind of prairie land type stuff. And the enemies here are way below our level. We're just gonna beat the shit out of all of them. Clearly you're supposed to come here well before Emerald Graves, but we did it another way.
Keep off the ramparts. I wonder why.
Some dude named Gordian. He's the fellow in charge of this area, as far as the Freemen go. And also similar to Emerald Graves, there are a lot of landmarks. Most of them have to do with pro-chantry propaganda regarding the Exalted March. Pretty much bullshit. It looks like the fighting has fucked up the forest. You'll also find demons just randomly roaming around in little packs. And here we find a fellow who's fighting with an undead.
Make you came. I thought I was dead. How can anyone stop these things?
Are you Imperial Army?
Yes, Your Worship. I fight on the side of Grand Duke Gaspard de Chalon, rightful Emperor of Orlais.
Says you.
The peace talks in Halam Sharal mean an end to hostilities, don't they?
We're no longer fighting each other, but demons. The dead. It was easier when we fought just men. You can win against men.
What's happened here?
We were trying to retake the ramparts from the dead. They rise here, somewhere within these trenches. It started when those freemen showed up. Strange lights, like blue fire. It must be magic. But the free men are just deserters from the armies. How could they have managed this? And why?
I should be going.
And here we get the major thing to do in Exalted Plains. There are about a half dozen of these forts or areas that we will have to go in and clear out of the undead. Also, the demons and undead are coming from Gordian, who unsurprisingly works for Corypheus and has infiltrated the Freemen of the Dales. Which explains where the magic's coming from. Exalted Plains is full of arcane horrors. All of these places that we have to clear out usually have at least 2. If you need the arcane horror hearts for your runes, then come to Exalted Plains and you'll get a plenty of them. But since they're so far below us, it's just using them as a punching bag. And then the pit, which you burn the bodies, and they will stop respawning.
Have to find them.
If you don't take out the arcane horrors, they will infinitely respawn. And there's a Hala running around. I like that it had me lock onto the barrier. And that was pretty cool. There are also a shit ton of wolves running around, chasing the Hala, presumably. So you end up fighting a lot of dogs and demons. Here's our pit. Switch over to Viv to take care of the barrier. And once you take care of all of the pits in an area, then you will blow a signaling horn, and it will be taken back over by Orlesians, whether Empress Celine's or Gaspard's. They fill up with people. They are not hostile to you. And I'm going to skip doing the rest of these because when you've seen one, you've seen them all. They're just boring as shit.
I hate them. They did it. I can't believe they retook the
I retook the ramparts.
Maybe if we got word to the mountain. But Fort Reverson surrounded by undead and locked down.
Yeah, see ya.
I should be going.
And just head right up this path here to our next destination. And we find some daily shelves.
Looks like you need
Standing on a box. Talk to this guy, some undead spawn. Take care of them. No big deal. He's still on a box.
The dead should stay dead, wouldn't you say, friend?
Thank you, camera. We go to ask him a question and are rudely interrupted by a goddamn wolf.
May your path be smooth. Latharad. Going well, I hope.
Is your clan nearby?
been camped for weeks in the fields to the west. The war between the lions made passage through the dirt difficult. Damaged some of our arable. If you find the clan, tell Keeper Howan I'll continue the hunt, and perhaps find a safer route through the plains.
What's the dearth?
It's what we call this place. The Dearth. Dearth of Erin.
You'd think being an elf I would know that. It would have been nice to have a dialogue option here.
Safe.
Keep heading up the path, across the river, and we find the Dalish camp. And you'll get a slightly different reception if you're a human. They're a little bit more standoffish. Understandably.
Rana Tishan, my sister. It is good to see another of the people in this place from which we all came. Still beautiful, isn't it? Even with scars left by the Shemlan War and all the troubles that followed.
Why do elves call this plane the Dearth?
Have you not heard the story, Delenn? When the
Apparently
people
not.
settled here, we called it Dearth of Erin. The promise. For the Dales were promised to us by Andraste. It is still the Dearth to us. Even if the Shemlan give it a name that recalls our destruction.
What troubles you, Haran?
Where do I start, Delenn? The armies cause rock slides. They dig ditches that trip the Hala and destroy the Arabals, making passage impossible. Precisely when the clan needs him most, my first, Tavin, defies my wishes and mounts an excursion to the Emerald Graves. And now, I've learned that the grounds of Var Balanaris are infested by angry spirits from the beyond.
We're good at
I can
that.
deal with that for you.
Stay alert, Delenn. Spirits are dangerous, and be mindful of the resting places of our dead. Our Balanaris is sacred ground.
I met one of your hunters. He's continuing to look for a safe route.
That is good to hear. Thank you for delivering the word. Dareth Shiral, Delenn.
There's another feller over here we'll go talk to. If you're not elven, he tells you to keep away from the Hala because it upsets them.
Anethara, sister. May I ask, traveling these plains, have you come across a golden Hala? I fear human soldiers may kill her. If she would only draw close, I could gain her trust. I could protect her.
And here we finally get an elvy thing to do.
Gilan. I've heard stories of such a creature.
Yes. Some of us believe she comes to the people in times of great need.
Why do you think soldiers hunt your Hala?
Pelts and horns sell for gold in Shem markets, I hear. And if they were golden? Dareth Shiral.
And we actually got a +1 to elven approval, which we will go into in this area. And here it just fucks up. I want to talk to this guy, but it won't let me for some reason, and I keep mashing the button and hitting the prompt. No going. So I talk to her, which works.
You seem troubled.
It's nothing. Just our stores. With the Shem War and the demons, replenishing them has been difficult. For one, we're almost out of herbs, and we lack materials to repair the Aravals. I don't even remember. There's so much we're missing. It's all written in my ledger.
Her ledger's right behind her.
Herald of Andraste. For all the world's a venerated Dalish elf. That's never happened before, has it? All the clans are talking about you. Or so Keeper Howan says.
And the second I stopped talking to that lady, it took me right into the conversation with him, and I can't move
What do
here.
they say exactly?
Good things, I think. A few hope this is a sign of change for our people. Real change. If it's true, I want to be a part of it.
You want to join the Inquisition?
It won't happen. Keeper Howan won't allow it. He doesn't trust anything to do with the Chantry or Andraste.
We got your back.
Convince your keeper.
You could try.
I'll take my leave.
Okay, and the ledger's right there on that stump, and it's just run back and forth to the box over there if you've got the stuff she's asking for, which we do. So I'll do that off camera. And there's a lot of elven codex and history running around in the Exalted Plains.
Mathalan asked Valoran, where are you? Who's Valoran? My brother. He's been sullen for a while because the Keeper chose another as his apprentice. He thinks it's a slight, but it isn't. He just wasn't ready. Keeper Howen wants him to wait. Then he took off 3 nights ago on his own. I don't know what he was thinking. The Keeper sent hunters to search, but they never found a trace. Mathal's mercy. If anything's happened.
So we have several things that the elves give us to do, and if we do all of them, we get enough approval to recruit our agent. And the Golden Hollow spawns just behind the camp, and this is one of the few times that using a mount is worth it to herd the stupid Hollow back to the camp. And I'm showing off our giant nug.
Look, already she makes herself known to the others. She knows she's meant to be here. Thank you, Lethalan. I will never be able to express my gratitude.
And we find some information on one of the elven sort of gods, Fenharel. He's sort of the Loki or trickster of elven mythology. And according to elven mythology, the reason that their gods went away is because Fenharel tricked them and then sealed them behind the veil. So that's why their gods stopped helping the elves, and the elves are now fucked.
Boy, that guy sounds like a real asshole.
And I'm running around with this stupid veil fire because there's some runes you have to find and then translate. There are just a few demons in here.
Bunch of holes full of elfy glory.
They're really easy to take care of, pretty much no matter what your level. You clear them all out, and then Keeper Howen is happy.
One down.
And these things that you'll see highlighted, they're actually graves. You can break in and steal the stuff inside, but it pisses Howen off. If you wait until after you turn the quest in, you can go and pillage graves all you want. Nobody cares. And this door at the back, you have to rob one of the graves to get the key. So we'll wait till we turn the quest in to take care of that. Oh, how sad.
Took your knickers, Vivi.
I purchased more of a higher quality.
Well, that's... You're not doing this right.
And we found what's-her-name's brother. He died practicing blood magic. How shocking. And we found a key to this place, which for some odd reason has Freeman in it.
Veil fire.
And you can see our rune over there on that wall.
That looks like all of them. I'll see what the researchers of Skyhold make of this.
Duheim is quite dead at this point. We murdered the shit out of him in Emerald Graves. Guess he won't be getting his stuff, will he? Those look fairly cool, but totally useless to us at this point. And we get the talisman, which we will return to the lady whose brother died.
Please, if you see my brother out there, tell him to return to camp.
I'm sorry, but I found your brother.
What? What do you mean, sorry? Where is he? No, he's not.
I have his belongings.
Is this all that's left? Did you learn nothing else?
Now you can just straight up say blood magic, and it's kind of a mean thing to do to her.
Well, young people are foolish.
All he wanted was to prove himself, but he didn't have to. The clan loves him. Howen loves him. I wish he'd understood that. Thank you for bringing me the news. It's better than not knowing.
I found this talisman. I think your brother was looking for it. You should have it.
Linda Rani's talisman. It exists? Her sword, Evanura, was taken by Shems. But in the story, her talisman was saved and hidden. This'll mean so much to our people. Thank you.
And now we've got enough approval for Howen.
I was wrong about your Inquisition. Although the humans named you Herald of their Prophet, your devotion to your people is undiminished. Perhaps you will be the bridge that others hope you are. If Lorinel still wishes to join you, he has my blessing.
I've destroyed the demons on your sacred ground.
You were successful. You've put an old man's heart at ease. Thank you. You have done us a great kindness.
I'm not going to tell him that I'm going to go back and rob all the graves. We'll just skip that part.
I don't believe it. You convinced the Keeper. He said I can join the Inquisition if I wish.
Keeper Howen has given you permission to join the Inquisition.
Yes, after we talked to him and got his permission? I don't know.
Carry on, Agent.
And this bridge here is out. We'll get an operation at the war table, which we'll take care of, and come back later.
So stupid.
And very close to this area, just up the road, is another operation you can unlock.
I'm sure we could get someone to open this passage, if that's what you wanted, dear.
And Fort Revison, which is one of the other areas we have to clear out. And we meet the Marshal and tell him everything's okay.
Inquisitor. My men had barely been keeping the Horde at bay.
Your men suck! There were only like 6 of
The
them!
Grand Duke's forces here in the Dales.
Why have you barricaded yourselves in here?
We had to retreat from the Western Front. The demons and undead were too much. But it's no better here. My patrols don't return, messages are lost. I've had no word from the capital in weeks. If we could regain our outposts, the ramparts, or even the garrison by the river, we can't just keep hiding.
And we've already done all of those.
Not cowering under a bed, praying the monsters don't get me.
I've cleared out the dead from the western ramparts.
You did? Make us breath. There's hope for us if the ramparts have been reclaimed.
We don't ask him about the Freemen because we know and don't give a fuck.
Chaos makes it difficult for missives to get through. Demons, those blasted Freemen.
And that's gonna do it for this episode of Let's Play Dragon Age Inquisition. I'm Subponicate Poster. Join us again next time.